What's going on, guys? Just give me a second to get started here. Today's day 285. All right, there's that, and then 907K today, and then we're gonna go 25, and we're gonna change this documents. Where is it? There it is. Alrighty, guys, we're live here at NAKD.com. Give me a second. I'm gonna go ahead and get started here. So, I am going over my There's that. All right, guys. Give me a second. I'm just getting everything set up here. Hopefully you guys had a great trading out there. Hopefully you guys crushed it today. There's a lot of opportunities like I knew there would be today, and I just positioned myself well today. The truth is I missed out on a ton of stuff, but that's always going to happen. And, yeah, guys. So, all right, let me post this. All right, guys, $907,000 day with a $1.8 million account. I'm live here on YouTube. There's my YouTube. Big trades were AAME short, SAVA long. I'm live now. Check me out. Free chat room and link in the bio. All right, guys. $907,000 day with a $1.8 million account. I'm live here on YouTube. There's my YouTube. Big trades were AAME short, SAVA long. I'm live now. Check me out. Free chat room and link in the bio. All right, guys. $907,000 day with a $1.8 million. All right, guys. Give me a second here. OCGN cracking under 7 there. Tested it. That was the third test. Should fail now. I'm live here on YouTube. There's my YouTube. Big trades were AAME short, SAVA long. I'm live now. Check me out. Free chat room and link in the bio. All right, guys. $907,000. Trying to get this TikTok set up. All right, guys. $907,000 day with a $1.8 million. Give me a second, guys. Hope you guys are having a great trading day out there. My camera already froze, unfortunately. There we go.
Hey, Dash, cool. How can I afford a $200? Dash, how can I make $100,000 a year?
All right, posted that. Let me go live on Instagram now. OCGN, nice crack under 7 there. It's now at 680s. I covered my short at like 705, which, of course I'm covering early, but that's okay. I know, John. When I move into my new place, I will. I will, John. I apologize for the camera freezing. Okay, Let me post this on social media quick. Hope you guys had a great trading out there. I'm just going to post it on social media. Just give me 1 second. A lot of opportunities out there today. A lot of different moving parts. A lot of different stocks being volatile, which is what we like to see. Stocks going up and down is what we like to see, not just one way. What was another runner today? Sava. And then we had one. There's one more runner I know there is. We can do BSQR. That's fine. BSQR. There's that. Okay, boom. All right. Posted that. Let me make sure that's posted correctly. All right. Then go to TikTok, and now I'm live on TikTok. Okay. Alrighty, guys. Let me open up my window. I'm going to try and do a 15-minute stream today. Okay, guys. So, OCGN, wow, cracking pretty hard there. I had my average 737. Now we're at 666, but that's all right, you know. Covered up my short, but that's fine by me. It's a great trading day nonetheless. What's AAME at? GameStop doing a little perky perk there. Okay. All right, guys. So yeah, today was a great trading day. I want to kind of go over today's trading day here in a second. I'll give you guys a second to kind of come on here. Good to have you guys on. Good to have you guys in. So yeah, a great trading week. A great trading month so far. Great trading day. What's going on, Dan? What's going on, Champ? What's going on, Stefan? What's going on, Isa? So yeah, guys, definitely a solid trading day. And you know, I knew yesterday there was going to be a lot of good setups just because of the amount of volatility that was coming through the markets. When I saw AACG, you know, that was definitely an opportunity, and a lot of times that will cross over with sympathy, and it'll cross over with momentum into the next day. And that's exactly what we got on AAME, and I'll explain how I traded that going forward here in a sec. Alright, guys, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Click the icon alert if I make new videos. I'd really appreciate that, guys. Alright, so I'm going to do a quick stream today because I do have things to get done. But AAME was my was one of my bigger trades, and you can see here I was short 60,408 shares at an average price of $11.63, and I covered at 527.5. Now, you might ask, why did I short there, and why did I short with that much size? Oops, sorry. So let me pull up the charts here. So AAME, what a stock, right? What a volatile one, what a liquid one, what a name going up and down, right? We had a nice perk off the open in the $4 range, and this thing just took off, right? And I ended up playing it long a couple of times for some nice profit, but and I actually think I made a solid trade on it throughout. I was taking some feelers throughout as well, and what I mean by feelers are something that I get into a stock kind of like I'm getting an understanding, getting an idea, feeling out what's going on. And then once I have conviction, I start to size in heavy, right? So I'll explain what I mean by that going throughout the stream. But I take feelers into stocks, guys. What I mean by that, I take starters. I take starting positions with smaller size, right? Smaller size meaning I might use 5-10% of my account, okay? And then as I start to build more conviction, and as I start to build more of a thesis that seems to be panning out better and better and better, and I get more conviction into a trade using the time and sales of level 2 and the volume and things like that, and support and resistance levels, and what traders are saying on social media and such, you know, you put all those things together and you get yourself a thesis, right? But in between there, you have to kind of size in and size out properly because you don't want to have one trade ruin your day, right? So, you know, I'm not going to lie. I mean, I took some paper cut losses trying to long this, and I took some paper cut losses trying to short it. But here's the thing. My overall thesis on this trade was to long it. And then once I got through the highs here, anything above the highs, I was going to scale out. And then, you know, I was basically just looking for a short above 1420s, 1450s. Anything that got above those levels, I was looking for a short. But I didn't want to get exhausted on this short. I didn't want to get squeezed out. You know, nothing's ever 100%, so I wanted to give myself some cushion to add in the 16s and the 17s. And if we got up there, I would have had even bigger of size. But it's all about kind of getting a feeler, right? So I was kind of feeling short in here and kind of getting squeezed a little bit right there and kind of feeling it in there. And then I actually got long right in here and sold out right here because I was worried about a stuff candle. Now I ended up not being, and my plan was here, I got stuffed a couple of times in here. And we got stuffed, you can see the resistance there. I got stuffed and stuffed and stuffed. I'm taking paper cut after paper cut. And you'll see that through my trades. But the paper cut, and those of you guys on TikTok can join me on YouTube, Cam the Man, YouTube Cam the Man. You can see my screen better. But guys, these paper cut losses does not get rid of, basically the main thesis. All right, my main thesis throughout this, and literally, I'm telling you exactly what I was thinking throughout the day. I'm thinking this is my favorite stock that was gonna get sympathy off AACG. And why do people chase stocks like to have sympathy plays off AACG, like METX, like LAIX, like FEDU, and what was the other one? There was another one, BRQS. And those stocks all ran today, in my opinion, because of AACG. AACG was a stock that ran 1,300% intraday. We can go back and look at that really quick, right? Okay. So this thing kind of consolidated and then just ripped and ramped. Insane, right? Look at that liquidity. Look at that volume. Look at the insane amount of buyers and sellers, right? Pretty impressive stuff, okay? But then, so I'm looking at AAME, and I said this in chat. I said this on social media, and I explained to you guys as best as I could. I can't baby you. I can't like hold your guys' hands, but what I can tell you is the main thesis. And what I said is the way I'm trading this stock is I'm using AACG as a guide. So first perk, consolidation, and then we break through the highs because of how much chase and momentum and volume we had yesterday. And then, once we got through the highs, I was long until we got through the highs bias, right? In my head, I'm like, I'm going to buy the stock, and I have bullish thesis through the highs. And then once we get through the highs, I'm now going to switch over to a short thesis and hold it into the close because I saw how fast AACG went up and came back down. And the only reason in my mind why AAME was up was because of AACG, and all the people that missed out yesterday were chasing the hell out of this thing. And this thing had tons and tons of liquidity as well. So, that being said, I said this exactly in the chat room. My free chat room's on the link in the bio. I said I'm using AACG as a guide. I'm using this chart as a guide to give myself a strong thesis in my trade. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I was in this trade and I took no losses. No, guys, I got squeezed out a couple of times throughout in here. I don't want to get jammed. I don't know where the stock's going. I don't know if this is going to go to 17. I don't know if it's going to go to 20. But I'm doing my best to take feelers to give myself a strong position so when this thing cracks, my thesis in the end will pan out. And my thesis, like I said, was long dips intraday. And then once we got through these highs, which is 1420s, I was then going to switch over, scale out my long, and switch to a short bias. And that's exactly what I did. I tried to get a short. I tried to scale out of my position in here and then get a short, but I ended up getting filled at 1278, and I got chopped out throughout here on that perk. But then I re-added, and then I finally, once this thing started to do this ugly candlestick right here, I got a 1161 average, was 60,000 shares short. And this, to me, was the beginning of the end. This was strong bullish movement. This was all kind of just bullish, choppy movement, right? That was ugly. Look at the candlestick, right? That's what we call a kill candle. Okay, it had 1.3 million shares. We came all the way back up, and then sellers just jammed this thing straight back down. Meaning a lot of people weren't willing to pay up here, and they were actually trying to sell right in here. So I'm not going to be the one that says, oh, I nailed the top and oh, I nailed the bottom and I'm just this crazy trader, right? I'm just this guru guy who's perfect. And no, guys, I'm just like you guys. I'm getting feelers. I'm getting an understanding of the level 2 and the time and sales. I'm getting an understanding of how this chart's panning out and how the stock wants to move. And I kept kind of get squeezed out and kind of just getting feelers long and getting feelers short and kind of getting an understanding. And then when I built my thesis right here, I nailed it short, right? Once these candlesticks started to confirm, this to me right here was the end. I mean, you didn't see anything like that throughout this whole entire chart. You didn't see the kill candle throughout this entire chart. And then all of a sudden, this to me was the end right here. And luckily, 1161 was my, or I had like an 1190 average, and I was trying to get this thing to perk back up because right in here, guys, to me that was confirmation it was over. So I was looking for any kind of perks to reshort to get more size. But the thing is, guys, I couldn't get any more size because I'm not going to add into this thing downtrending like it did. It downtrended. I mean, we had how many reds in a row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I think I might have taken a little bit reshort right there. But, I mean, I'm talking like 1,000 or 2,000 shares. Nothing crazy. And then just let this thing pan out the rest of the day. And I just held this all day. And literally it was an ATM machine, you know. And that's the beauty of shorting is these stocks, when you get into a crazy market, they can have lots of volatility up and down. I mean, look, this thing went from $4 to $16 straight back down to $4 again. There is so much volatility and liquidity. You guys can make tons of money long and short, and that's exactly what I did. And I'll go ahead and go over my trades here on this stock. So, my first trade on it, AAME, I was actually, let's see here. AAME here. So I was actually long here, 12.27, or I was short, and then I covered it up 11.66, and then my second trade on AME was 13.93.9, shorted it, covered it up quickly, kind of just getting feelers. Like I said, 12,000 shares, nothing crazy like 60,000 shares like I did. AAME, here's some losses. You know, I'm taking a short here, 12.81, covered at 13.52, didn't want to get squeezed. Doing another short, 22,000 shares. You can see I had more size now, right? I'm getting more and more and more conviction. You can see my share size going up and up and up. Covered it up at 13.45. 40,000 shares short. I lost $30,000, guys. I was 304. I was short like right in there, and I covered it up right in here. I was worried about a squeeze. And then AAME. I longed it, 40,000 shares, 13.69. So I started shorting, and I'm like, okay, this thing's building up, you know, on the long side, and that's when I got long. So I got chopped out in here multiple times short, and I'm like, okay, the bids are kind of forming, and all of a sudden I'm getting a bullish bias. But I said anything over $14 to me is going to be a kill candle. And I could have been wrong, but I just scaled out immediately once we were over 14. And I tried to flip short, but it was too late. I got filled. You're going to see here. So at $19,000 long, and then I flipped short 12.69, and I covered it up 12.26. I'm getting feelers, right? AAME then. Finally, I started, once this thing did a kill candle, and once this thing was doing this kind of volume, I was like, okay, this is looking pretty. When that volume came through, when this kill candle came through, when this was starting to happen, I was like, okay, I'm sizing in short, and it panned out perfectly. But I was not sized in all the way, because I looked at AACG, and if we go back and look, I mean, this was a kill candle yesterday. Look at this, the highest amount of shares, 2.7 million shares of volume, right? And this comes up and kills right back down. Then we get a reclaim, and this thing squeezes all the shorts out in here, and then reclaims again. So I wasn't, you know, all convicted and all just high and mighty. You know, I had size, but I wasn't all in, and I was sized enough to make it a $383,000 winner, and more importantly, a 38% win on my account. I don't want you guys to see the P&L and say, hey, this is insane. But I want you guys to take that home. Getting feelers, and sizing up. When your conviction gets higher, when your process, your plan, your strategy, you know, you start being able to take a trade 80-20, 90-10. Obviously, whenever that happens for me, if I'm 90-10 on a trade, my size is higher. If I'm 60-40, my size is lower. I'm just feeling with size, right? So I'm not perfect, but I'm getting size and feeling it out. And my thesis throughout the day was short it and hold it till the very end of the day and then cover it up. That's exactly what I did. You guys can see here, I made a nice 7,000 share trade, $58 in on GameStop, out 74.53. So GameStop, you know, we've gotten absolutely crushed, and I realized that, Robinhood was able to buy for the first time fully in their trading accounts, and I'm sure all those people in Robinhood were just freaking chomping at the bit to buy GameStop, and this thing probably gaps up on Monday. You know, my prediction is this thing gaps to 75, 80, 85, you know, with all the Robinhood buyers that missed out, right? And all the shorts trying to reshort this thing. There's a lot of confusion going on GameStop. There's still a lot of volatility on it. Did I expect it to go to 95? No. Did I expect it to trade, 2.2 million shares at $90. I mean, what is the amount of money that is? I mean, I don't even want to know. That's probably disgusting. Let's see here. 2.2 million shares times 90. 100. That's about 200 and just over about $200 million traded in the 1 minute candlestick, guys. You know, I kind of took a couple of feelers in the morning here, and then I couldn't get any conviction when this thing started to sell off. But when we started to perk back up through VWAP, I was like, okay, if this thing goes, I want to be there. So I ended up getting long. Not a lot of size, 7,000 shares. For my account, not a lot of size. But enough to feel comfortable. You know, I'm not going to get in because my conviction is kind of low. But if this thing goes, I want to make a profit. So, you know, it was a nice trade. About a 15% winner or 10% winner on the account. You can see here Sava. You know, I longed multiple times on Sava. $1,000 winner, $4,000 loser. Sava, $27,000 loser. Sava. So you can see, again, I'm getting familiar. I'm getting feelers. I'm getting an understanding of how SAVA is working. I took plenty of paper cut losses on this stock throughout, you know. This is a main watch of mine just because of how far we had came down and how much shorts I think we're going to get squeezed out of this thing. We went from $20 to $117 and then straight back down to $50. You know, in the morning, this is one of my top watches because I thought shorts were going to get squeezed. And so, you know, I'm getting chopped out in here, and literally I am adding big-time size on Sava. This is forming higher lows and lower highs. And we're finally holding VWAP, and VWAP finally breaks here with a tighter pennant. And, you know, this is where I size up. I took tons of losses, but this is when I started to get comfortable. I said, okay, this is forming a perfect higher low and lower high pattern. If we get above VWAP, I'm going to long it with the most size I've longed it all day. You can see here, 54,097 average, 28,000 shares. Okay, so I took a big boy position and made, obviously, a decent-sized profit there for my account. $222,000 winner. I ended up scaling right here, and this thing had another perk through highs. I could have even walked away with more, but then this thing ended up selling off, you know. So nothing's ever perfect, but can't stress it enough. Getting feelers. AAME, I actually long this one for $195,000 winner. I had 98,000 shares long, 1021 in, 1220 out. So I nailed AAME both long and short today. That was my main watch, as well as Sava and GME, and that was basically all I was watching today. Other than that, I took a nice little trade after hours on OCGN, 77,000 shares short. You guys have to realize, though, I probably owe about $8,000 in borrow fees today. So those of you guys, you know, thinking about shorting, first of all, it's not for beginners. First of all, I'm 3.5 to 4 years into trading. First of all, like I always say, I'm not a financial advisor. Trade at your own risk. Have a plan, a process, and a strategy. I'm just showing you guys what I do to hopefully give you guys an edge and build your guys' knowledge up. You know, I come on here for free every single day for you guys to get an understanding of what I'm doing to hopefully create an opportunity for you guys that you never would have had without me. You know, at this point in my career, obviously, I'm motivating you guys. You know, starting this $1,000 to now over $10 million account in 285 business days, obviously, you know, I could probably retire. You know, if you're smart with what you do, you can retire, right? But I'm coming on here for you guys to understand exactly what I'm doing and get an understanding and hopefully inspire and motivate for you guys to create that opportunity that you might have never had before, right? And so I hope that you guys are getting a lot out of this, and I hope that you guys are learning a lot. And, you know, these 20 to 30 minutes I spend every day, they might not sound like a lot, but to me, throughout my day, it's a lot. I am a very busy person throughout my businesses, throughout my personal life, throughout, you know, I just got a new house, and I'm actually going there today. So, you know, I'm trying to do my best for you guys to understand, to get an understanding of, you know, how you guys all get, you know, whether you're a first-time trader or whether you're, you know, a year in or 2 years. Diego, Jordan, and Real Simple Ariel. You know, those guys are the ones that have put in the time, that are putting in the effort, and those guys are grinders. And that's what it takes. Reach out to all three of those guys. They're my top students, and reach out to those guys and say, hey, what did it take to get where you're at? You know, Jordan made $500,000 last year, and I think he's already up, I don't even know, $300K this year, $200K this year. You know, you guys got to talk to those guys to get an understanding, because I can tell you what it took me to get here, but you guys, you know, might not necessarily believe me, or you guys might not necessarily think that I'm human. You guys think I'm a robot or whatever. But I want you guys to understand it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort. You know, obviously this isn't for just everyday, you know, I'm gonna come on here and hopefully make $1 million. No, guys. You guys got to put the time in. You got to study. Spend this weekend. Put 3 or 4 hours a day in this weekend. Every day. You know, when I had my $1 million day, I woke up at 2 a.m. I couldn't fall asleep till 5 a.m. That was like a week ago. I was preparing my day. Guys, this is what hard work and time and effort looks like. You can't just say, oh, I want to just do this and I want to make a lot of money and blah, right? Okay, so that's what that, guys. So anyways, guys, I do have to head out. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel. Check out my free chat room. Look at the free chat room. Look at all the free content in there. Study all the free content. If you're interested in a brokerage to start trading, the link's in the description below. You need to have a brokerage to start trading. The link's in the description below. If you're looking for study material, go through my entire YouTube channel, Cam the Man. Go through my entire YouTube channel, Cam the Man. I do have a course. If you're willing to pay for it and willing to put the time in, I have that as well. And just study. Go on YouTube, type in all a bunch of day traders. Guys, just build your knowledge, build your foundation, build your base, and every day make better than yesterday, okay? I do have to go. I have a lot of things to get done today. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Click the icon if I make new videos. I'll see you guys next week. Cheers, team. Stay safe out there. Have a great weekend. Study, and go.